Namah Shri Mahaganapataya Namah Shri Saraswate Namah Om Namah Shivaya Om Namaschandikaya Namah Sitarama Gunagrama Lakshmi Naranaya Namah Om Shri Surya Navagraha Devaya Namah Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavrihe Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Prem Suru Shiv Shankar Bhagavan Ki Jai. Most revered servants at the feet of Bhagavan Shiva, once again, as we are fortunate enough to be in Satsang, to gather in the comfort of our home, in our environment, wherever that may be, welcome, welcome, welcome. Pranam, Bahuta Swagatam. Welcome to another evening of discourse, introspecting, in preparation, in bringing ourselves closer to that feet of Bhagavan Shiva. My dear Bhaktajano, it is always a blessing to be with you in discourse, in churning the pages of our scriptures, with our wonderful musicians and Gandharvas who always, week after week, session after session, be with us to lift that energy, to bring that vibration through the wavelength in the comfort of our home. May you be blessed, may our Gandharvas be blessed, and may they continue to exhibit their love in this month. To all my wonderful sponsors who have been with us thick and thin through Bhakti, Satsang, Dharm, I want to say thank you once again as always. May Mahadev grace continue to be in your life. My dear devotees, as we are actually a week ahead of a magnificent day in our life as Hindus, in the calendar year of our lives, Mahashivratri. 1 week away will be Mahashivratri, 28th Monday, the day which we have utmost devotion and dedication to Mahadev. And today, I want to use this opportunity to further cement and make clear, if I may, your vision, your purpose, your dedication when it comes to Bhagavan Shiv. My dear friends, 1 week to start thinking. May this satsang today allow you to think. May this satsang start to help you to prepare. By now, fasting should have been mandatory in our life. By now, preparing the home, preparing to worship and to keep Jagarna to be in your temple, plans and adoration should have already been inclined with your routine. And if not, start now. Let this day be a week ahead as we prepare to celebrate Mahashivratri. Be in your temple wherever it may be. Be in congregational worship. Today, we will look at one Mahima from Rudra Samhita of Shiv Mahapuran, of the importance of worshiping Bhagavan Shiva, which I think it's my fervent hope to help you and I to get aligned for this most illustrious and blessed and potency-filled day and night in our life. Once again, as we dedicate our mind and thoughts to Bhagavan Shiva, permit me, my dear Bhaktajano, as we adore, as customary, light our lamp, seeking Bhagavan's kripa, His mercy, and His compassionateness. Shubham karoti kalyanam arogyam dhana sampada shatru buddhi vinashaya deepa jyotir namostute. Deepa jyotir para brahma Deepa jyotir janarana Deepo haratu me papam Deepa jyotir namostute. Everybody. Lakshmi karotu kalyanam Arogyam sukha sampada Mama shatru vinashaye Deepa jyoti namostute. Deepa jyotir namostute. Hari Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. My dear friends, as we commence this week, and Bhakti, Satsang, Dharm, Marg, Guru Kripa, seeking Bhagavan's compassionateness, seeking Bhagavan's Dayalu. O Lord, may you allow all negativity to be removed. May you remove all dukkam from our lives. In this week, may we be able to prepare our mind, our thoughts, our samagri, our ingredients. May we be able to prepare and to worship Mahadev with full faith. May we ask Viganeshwaraya Lambudharaya, the Devatas and Devi. May all those who are facing some challenge in life, those who are sick, those who are interfacing some difficulty, Bhagavan, may you allow your devotees, those who have logged in, those who will be listening to this program even after, before Mahashivratri, may this program of Mahadev wake them up and allow them to celebrate Mahashivratri. Allow them to observe those Pahara Puja, especially at night. Only Bhagavan Ganapati. May we submit to him, the Devatas and Devi, once again, as we perform Manas Puja, before we plunge into Rudra Samhita of Shiv Mahapuran. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvata Gajananam Bhuta Ganadhisevitam Kapita Jambo Palasaribhakshinam Sudam Shom
नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पाद पंकजम्
सरस्वती मेयस्तुभ्यं वारदे कामरूपणे विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धि भवतु मे
सदा
जय त्वं देवी चामुण्डे जय भूतात्वाहारिणे जय सर्वकटे देवी
कालरात्रि नमोस्तुते
तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रः
प्रचोदयात्
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्
उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्
रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वीरसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय
पतये नमः
गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु
गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः
तस्मै श्री
गुरवे नमः
हरि ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम My dear devotees, having invoked, having recognized, having come in oneness in this moment at the feet of God, it is my most devout privilege and hope that today's pravachan, today's Sandesh, like every other week, be that defining moment in your life. To all those who need to be at the feet of Mahadev, may He bring you there. My dear friends, as we chant our very first Geet, preparing our mind and thoughts to Bhagavan Shiva, the Lord who give all sukham, the Lord who give all happiness in this Bhava Saga, is no other than Prabhuji, Bhagavan Shiv. And my friends, may this Geet infiltrate every pores on this body. May this rendition evoke such a bhavna, evoke such a feeling. May this satsang be alamba. May this satsang be that support to you, my dear friends. As we chant our dear daughter, Dashana, lead us in Prabhu Ji Sukha Ka Saga, and accompanied by our most illustrious musicians, Sharra, Grace, and all of them, as our dear daughter lead us.
Prabhu जी सुख कसाए गए प्रभु जी सुख कसाए गए सुख कसाए गए सुख कसाए गए सुख कसाए गए प्रभु जी प्रभु जी सुख का सागर प्रभु जी प्रभु जी प्रभु जी सुख का सागर सुख करतान भूल के हैरतान पागने परमात्म प्रभु जी प्रभु जी प्रभु जी सुख का सागर प्रभु जी प्रभु जी प्रभु जी सुख का सागर सुख का सागर प्रभु जी प्रभु जी सुख का सागर
शिव शंकर भगवान की जय। सुख का सागर। Tell me who want to hear they are entwined in dukkam. who want to be in company of dukkam, oh my friends, please become smart. Please use our indriyas, our senses. This, if you attach everything to this body, then it is only misery. As our dear daughter lead us to the feet of Bhagavan Shiva. Bhagavan, may this week and our next week, especially Mahashivratri, be favorable to thyself. Thank you so much. As we listen to one more Geet before we enter straight into Shiv Mahapuran. Hey Shiva Shankara Nataraj. Hey Bhagavan Shiva, we call upon you. Hey Nataraj, the Lord of all arts. The Lord, when He dances, may He dissolve, may He remove all misery, all pain, all dukkha in our life. As our dear son, once again help us to listen and prepare this container to receive the nectar from Shiv Mahapuran. As our dear son Rishi lead us in this next rendition to Bhagavan Shiva. Please enjoy.
हे शिव शंकर मैं तेरा जानी तो जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा मैं तो जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा हे शिव शंकर मैं तेरा जाने तो जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा मैं तो जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा करता मैं नाम झपने तेरा शिव 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 गूंजत मने मोरा निश दिन करता मैं नाम झपने तेरा शिव 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 गूंजत मने मोरा तुम्हें ओ मेरे प्रभु तुम्हें कृपालु तुम्हें ओ मेरे प्रभु तुम्हें कृपालु करो समरेपन दीन दयालु हे शिव शंकर नटराजा मैं तो जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा मैं तो जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा से बहती पवित्रता तीन लगो के तुम्हें ओ दाता तोरी चिता से बहती पवित्रता तीन लगो के तुम्हें ओ दाता तुम्हें रूप जाए तुम्हें से बगाया तुम्हें रूप जाया तुम्हें से बगाया जग चितने को तुम्हें जगाया हे शिव शंकर मैं तेरा जाने तो जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा तो जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा अलिक निरंजने शिव मोरि स्वामी तुम्ही ही हो मेरे अंतर्यामी अलिक निरंजने शिव मोरि स्वामी तुम्ही हो मेरे अंतर्यामी बोले जो कोई होई मुझसे बोले जो कोई होई मुझसे क्षमा मैं मांगो हर पल तुझसे हे शिव शंकर न तेरा जानी तो चल मजन में का दास तेरा नहीं तो चल मजन में का दास तेरा हे शिव शंकर न तेरा जानी तो चल मजन में का दास तेरा नहीं तो चल मजन में का दास तेरा नहीं तो चल मजन में का दास तेरा नहीं तो चल मजन में का दास तेरा।
प्रेम स्वरूप शिव शंकर भगवान की जय। What a mode! Not only today, not only tomorrow, not only yesterday we asked for this, but Bhagavan, birth after birth, because we have that jnanam, we have that knowledge, and we know we were here many times before now, O Lord, and we will continue to be here, Bhagavan. And as we prepare, my dear friends, to look at this beautiful katha from Shiv Mahapuran, where the Pandavas, in particularly Arjuna, was being given siksha by Veda Vyasa to worship Bhagavan Shiv. You know, many of us worship him with implicit faith and dedication. Some of us worship him some days. Some of us think of him half-heartedly. Some of us have reservation about Mahadev. Some people have different connotation of the Lord. I even heard devotees say, if you pray to Mahadev, especially our female folks, they will not have a good husband. They will not have a husband. There's so many things. But my dear friends, in allowing you and I to be ready, preparation, you and I will know this. If we prepare, even if little dukkam come our way, even if a little problem come our way, we can still able to surpass or navigate ourselves. But if you haven't prepared, you don't even know what to expect, what to get done, and then some duratani fall your path, you're even debunked totally. My dear friends, Naranaraya Girijapati Vyasadeva Sukadev बारंबार बिना तुम्हारे हरो विघ्न बुद्धि देव। In your mind, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Vande Deva Umapatim Suragurum Vande Jagatakaranam Vande Panagabhashanam Mrigadharam Vande Pashunam Patim Vande Surya Shashankavanina Vande Mukunda Priyam Vande Bhakta Jashriyam Cha Vande Shiva Shankaram. Vande Shiva Shankaram. My dear friends, in Sattarudra Samhita, it says that instruction was given to Arjuna, the Pandavas. Instruction was given by Veda Vyasa. Who is Veda Vyasa? No other than Bhagavan Vishnu. Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya. In other words, look, you see, from the outstart of this pravachan, Bhagavan is teaching us, if we looked with that eyes of curiosity and that eyes that can help us. Sriman Narayana is teaching us, although you might have that rupam, use it multifacetedly. He manifests himself as Vyasa to come and to teach in the context of where Shiva Bhagavan incarnate as Kirita. You know that it's a whole episode of chapters. And my dear friends, it tells us that one day Nandishwara, Nandi Baba, he is narrating what he heard. And he said, oh intelligent one, listen to the incarnation of He Buddhiman Sananta Kumar ji, ab tum pinaka dhari Bhagavan Shiva ke kirit naam avatar ka varna suna. उस अवतार में उन्हों के मुख नाम के धैर्य का भाग और प्रसन्न होकर अर्जुना को वार प्रदान किया था. जब सुनोधाने महाबली पांडव को जित लिया तब वे सती साधी द्रौपदी के सब दैत्य मानो चले आई. One day, my dear Bhaktajano, let us listen to the incarnation of Bhagavan Shiva, the Pinaka, the one who holdeth Pinaka. Shiv Bhagavan who holdeth weapon, no other Bhagavan Shiva, as Kirta, who killed that Rakshas Mukha and delightfully granted boon to Arjuna. The same Arjuna we know in Mahabharata, the same Arjuna we know in Bhagavad Gita, the same Arjuna. We learn so many times. Vishnu Bhagavan worshipped Shiva, Brahma worshipped Shiva, Sri Ram worshipped Shiva, Krishna Chandra Bhagavan worshipped Shiva. And here again, Arjuna, he was told by Krishna Bhagavan to worship Bhagavan Shambhu, my dear friends. And in this kahani, Arjuna was granted this boon, my dear friends. It says, defeated by Suryodhana, the excellent Pandavas, they went to the forest. We know that. They went to the forest just like Sri Rama Lakshmana. And accompanied by their caste Dharma Patni, Draupadi, my dear friends. And depending upon the pot that was given to them by Surya Bhagavan for eating food, in a timely manner, they enjoy the happiness in that forest. My dear friends, one day, Durvasa Muni, we heard of Durvasa Muni, and the sages, they approached the Pandavas. They approached the Pandavas because they are hungry. When it is stolen dharma, when a Brahmana come to your home, when a Brahmana come to your kuti, they were in the forest, you have to give something. And Durvasa, he do not hesitate to get off the handle. Durvasa get angry before you even think of the word angry. Durvasa Muni. And then some people say, but if you're Baba, you shouldn't get angry. If he is a Muni, how can you still get angry? Durvasa Muni, before you said a word, he don't get angry. So you don't want to displease Durvasa Muni at all. Durvasa Muni, one day, my friend, and he asks for food. Now, poor Draupadi, she's there. Draupadi do not know what to give, my dear friends. And she remembered something. Permit me as we chant to Bhagavan. What did she remember? This, when you're in difficulty, think for a moment. When you're in difficulty, do you think of your Bhagavan? Do you think of someone who is just like you, dependent on the Lord? Who do you think of when you need help? Let us see what Draupadi and Arjuna and Yudhishthira, Nakul and Sahadev think of.
Hare Hare Jai Shankar Om Hare 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 Jai Shankar Om Hare 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 Jai Shankar Om Hare
तब द्रौपदी ने श्री कृष्ण स्मरण किए तत्काल हर हर जय शंकर
Om Hare 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 Jai Shankar Om Hare Hare
वह आ पहुँचा और शाखा काबो गालग कर उसम्बी हर हर जय शंकर
Om Hare 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 Jai Shankar Om Hare Hare
तपस्वियों को नृत्त करा धया फिर तो महर्षि दुर्वासा हर हर जय शंकर
Om Hare Hare
हो प्यारी
हर हर जय शंकर Om Hare Hare
हर हर जय शंकर
Om Hare
More time.
Hare
Everybody together.
Hare Hare Jai Shankar Om Hare Hare.
You see, my friends, no matter you talk about Shri Krishna, this is Shiv Puran, eh? No matter you talk about Bhagavad, no matter you talk about Ramayana, Shiva Drohi Mama Bhagata, in Lanka Khan, Sri Ram talk about Shiva. No matter where you are, in Bhagavad Gita, among everything, Krishna says, I am Him. Don't get caught up in all this namam and rupam, all his name and shape and form. You see it as solid, you see it as vapor, you see it as gas, you see it as liquid, whatever you see it as. eh? Whatever you see it as, it is all H2O in the ocean, my dear friends. Don't get caught up. Here, Draupadi faced something the most humiliating and embarrassed moment. Maybe not in these days because we have Uber Eat, skip the dishes. We got so many fancy things. You know, back in the days, those who are listening to me right now, not you in Canada here, when a guest show up at your home, you don't have nothing to give them. You call the neighbor, or you send your little kid to run to the shop to get a sweet drink for the guests. And then you tell them, hide it Sneak it. You're embarrassed. You don't want the guests to see that you're just buying something now. Isn't it? Today, the doorbell rings. What is that? Don't skip the dishes. Who cares? You're going to eat at least. Look how time has changed. Eh? The poor child going to walk with a little Pepsi bottle, trying to hide it next to his or herself. But the whole thing, kids are ready. Everything shows. If you were in this situation, you will know Draupadi had nothing to offer Durvasa Muni. And not only you as a mother or a father or as a host of a guest, an uninvited guest, an atiti yagya, you will be ashamed or hurt that I have nothing, and you're thinking, you're putting a smile on, talking to them warmly, but you're thinking, oh my God, what would I give them? And even if you reach a point where there's nothing to give them, you'll feel bad and dejected. But not only that, she's scared. They're already in Dukkam. Draupadi is already in the forest. They lose the kingdom. They lose everything. And she's going to worry she's going to get another shrap from Durvasa Muni. Because he don't make joke. He went and take his snanam. He's coming back with 10,000s of them to have Bhojan Kana. Who did she think of? Taba Draupadi, Shri Krishna Smarnam Kiya. She thinks of Shri Krishna. वे तत्काल ही वहां आप पहुंचे और शाक का भोग लगाकर उन सभी तपस्वी को के नृत्य कर दिया. My dear friends, Draupadi think of her Shri Krishna. My dear friends, you have to try this. You have to experience this. When you're in a real difficult situation, now everybody says, I'm between a hard rock and a tight space. Even if not now, then they say. But when you're in a real difficult situation, a predicament, when you exhaust, when you start to get headache thinking for hours now, how do I get myself out of this? She thinks of Shri Krishna. Very first and foremost, you call Mahadev Krishna. You call him Ram. You call him Shyam. You just call him and connect with him. She thinks of Bhagavan, she remembering. Smarana mitru bhava. Shri Krishna says, you just think of me in that time of difficulty. Because why? She had already kindled that lamp with she and Krishna. She already had a bond with him. When he was little, we know his story where she tore her sari and she helped him. My dear friends, after eating a little bit, it says, then Durvasa come back. Bhagavan Shri Krishna allow a little bit in that pot left. But when Durvasa had the first bit, he burped. Kya baat hai, he done. He's satisfied. That make me remember this story when Hanumanji, Sita Devi looked for trouble. She says, I'm going to cook for my son today, Hanuman Baba. And Sri Ram warned her, you're looking for trouble. Don't even take up such a task. Who are you cooking for? Hanumanji? She didn't listen. But Hanumanji was so excited even before the kitchen opened. Hanumanji is there, like a little kid. When you're trying to open the candy bottle, they're on their hip moving on one leg to the other. Or you're going to get some juice from in their fridge. Man, you're going to see the excitement for them. They get a little sugar. Huh? Hanumanji don't come to the kitchen and see that they didn't even reach it. Because he knew he get the food from Ma today. My dear friends, long story short, she could not keep up with Hanumanji. She could not keep up in feeding Hanumanji. She went back very tired to Shri Ram. Shri Ram said, Tata, I told you so. She said, take a little bit tulsi and you put it on top of the food. Hanumanji had a whole pile. Sometimes we plate, we don't see, we face somebody on the other side of it. That little tulsi alone. He ate and he burped. He was satisfied. My dear friends, the same thing happened. Durvasa, they partake with whatever Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan blessed with. She just think of him. You see, you don't have to do nothing fanciful. You don't have to do nothing exorbitant. You don't have to put your hands in your pocket as some people like not to. You don't have to do nothing, oh man. Just tame your mind. Just think of Bhagavan. And He will help you out of that situation. That discipline Draupadi had. That discipline she had, my dear friends. That is why she is referred to one of the names you must remember every day. Is Draupadi. That blessing will come. It says, my Bhaktajano, Durvasa was satisfied. That difficult situation come to an end. It says, फिर तो महर्षि दुर्वासा आपने शिष्यों को तृप्त हुआ जानकर हंसा चलते वहां. He ate and he went away. Then they asked Sri Krishna, oh Lord, what will happen now? Very powerful enemy has risen. What shall be done, my dear friends? Look, when you got problem, who do you turn to? One who is a more problem than you or less problem than you? Look, you're going to ask somebody, should I go to university or not? Who you asking? A high school dropout. Nothing wrong with him, eh? Nothing wrong with him. But you going to ask a high school dropout about university. Is it that cool to walk the street? I tell you, yeah, walk the street. High school is not, college or university is not important. You have to also know who you're seeking advice from, isn't it? You have to know. But here the Pandavas, they're in predicament. What else can happen bad to them say? Then don't they ban. Then don't lose Yudhishthir. He loses better half, loses everything he lost. Where else can I lose? They turn to Bhagavan Shri Krishna. My friends, what Bhagavan Shri Krishna tell them? Permit me, as we looked at these few shloka in Shiv Mahapurana.
Shiv Shambho Mahadeva, Shiv Shambho Mahadeva, Shiv Shambho Mahadeva, Shiv Shambho Mahadeva.
Everybody?
Shiv Shambho Mahadeva, Shiv Shambho Mahadeva.
Tat antar Bhagavan Shri Krishna Pandavo ko Shivaji ki Aradhana karane ki sampati ही फिर व्यासी भी अगर तूने शंकर के समरा दान का आदेश हुआ.
शिव शंभो महादेवा, शिव शंभो महादेवा, शिव शंभो महादेवा, शिव शंभो महादेवा.
शिवजी स्मरण पूर्या दुखों का विनाशा. शिवजी स्मरण पूर्णा दुखों का विनाशा करने वाले करने वाला
शिव शंभो महादेवा, शिव शंभो महादेवा, शिव शंभो महादेवा, शिव शंभो महादेवा.
वे भक्ति करने से तो दे ही समया में प्रसन्न होया. वे भक्ति करने से तो दे ही समया में प्रसन्न हुआ. जाते इसलिए सभी लोगों का शंकराजी सबसे कर.
शिव शंभो महादेवा, शिव शंभो महादेवा,
बोलो प्यारे.
शिव शंभो महादेवा, शंभो महादेवा शिव 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 शंभो महादेवा
हर हर पार्वती पत हर हर महादेव की जय. My friends, they asked Shri Krishna because they had faith in him. Now, what should we do here now? तरंतार भगवान श्री कृष्ण पांडवों को शिव जी के आदरण करके की संपत्ति दी. फिर व्यास जी भी अखार उन्हें शंकर के समराधाना आदेश देता हुई कहा. My dear friends, they asked Bhagavan Krishna, O Lord, please, as we remember your lotus-like feet, tell me what should I do. Shri Krishna, who did he think of? As he is trying to dip into his reserve of knowledge, he think of the lotus-like feet of Bhagavan Shiva, Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan. He thinks of that lotus-like feet of Shambhu before he start. When Hanumanji left for Lanka, he bow and he think of Sri Ram. When Bhagavan Sri Ram leave Ayodhya, he thinks of Shiva. Parvati one day see Shiva, muttering, "You're Antaryami. You're Antaryami. Who could you be focusing on? Who could you be meditating on?" He smiled, he looked at her. Shri Ram, of course. Imagine, my dear friends, if Bhagavan Shri Krishna, if Shri Ram, Bholenath Sinela, if Shri Ram can focus on somebody, if Hanumanji can focus on somebody, if Govinda can focus on somebody, oh man, why not you and I? You just want to be what? Dara Singh? You want to be what? And expect to be successful? My dear friends, Shri Krishna, he focused upon the feet of Bhagavan Shambhu. And he says, "Oh excellent Pandavas, listen to the details of my experience involving seva to Shiva." Can you believe this? And people today still have doubt in Shiva. People still have doubt in worshiping Mahadeva. People still think, should I stay all night on Mahashivratri? Because dead next day. Kya baat hai? My dear friends, still people wonder, let me do the first pahara and that will be okay. My dear friends, he says, allow me to tell you, just act accordingly, my dear friends. And as we think of the feet of Bhagavan Shiva, let us chant this beautiful rendition. Bholenath Senewala. Hey Bhagavan, hey Nath, hey Antaryami, let us sing your name. Let us enunciate your name as we think of that beautiful feet of yours. We look at your toes with that antelope skin with Bhashmanga, Jatadhara, Pinakadhara. We think of Mahadev as we reminisce on this kahani, as our dear daughter Nisa lead us in this wonderful rendition.
ऐसा बिगड़ी बनाने वाला, ऐसा बिगड़ी बनाने वाला कोई और नहीं, भोलेनाथ से निराला, भोलेनाथ से निराला कोई और नहीं, भोलेनाथ से निराला, भोलेनाथ से निराला कोई और
My dear friends, दुख में सुमिरन सब करेंगे है, सुख में करे ना कोया. Always remember भगवान, जो दुख में सुमिरन करे, दुख कहा के होया. Remember God, remember Bhagavan, always, always, always. Here, Draupadi remember Shri Krishna, and she was rescued again. Remember, she was saved when she was being disheveled by Duryodhana, all others, and Bhisham Pitamaha, and they all were there, Grand Shield, and they did nothing. See, anyway, if we go in all his katha, you won't get in Bhisham Pitamaha. At that same point, when he about to die, he asks, he says, all the arrows, are there bed as arrow, but my head is hanging, I'm tired. They shoot the arrow like a stick, his head went there, and he started to speak Dharma and philosophy. Draupadi said, you were speaking philosophy now? When you were sitting on the side of Duryodhana, where were those Dharma Niti? Where was all those policies when? He said, you know what? At that time, I was eating the salt of Duryodhana. I was eating the salt of Duryodhana. And I become blurred in vision. I become, instead of sattvic thinking, that's how important is food, what you eat, when you eat, how you eat, what you eat. I was thinking Rajagun. I could not think clearly. Now I think clear. Anyway, back to this. My dear friends, look, Draupadi, listen to Bhagavan. Shri Krishna is telling, Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan is telling the Pandavas, I think of Mahadev's feet. One day, I listened to Upamanyu in Bhagavad Katha, Shri Puran Katha. Upamanyu was a little boy who just wanted to drink milk. And you know the kings, they all have many children, different spouses. He could not sit on the lap of his father. He was so poor. Upamanyu gave up at a very tender age. As we say, we are hard back. Upamanyu was very little, and he worshipped Mahadev. We as adults today, we are intellectual today. We are very smart, and we still question, should I worship Mahadev or not? Upamanyu had such a faith in his mother. She had no other solution. You know, children, when they ask you something, sometimes you're left dumbstruck. You have no answer for them. You wonder where they're getting it from. She just said to him, talk to him, and he will give you milk. She was speechless. She was empty. She had no answer. She was so hurt. She was so impoverished. She was so dalit. She had nothing to tell her son. He went to one day Mamu house, and he get 4% milk. He had good milk. And when he come back, he drink water. So he one of a guy, children can't understand that, right? Poverty. Upamanyu was a bhakta, Bhagavan Shiva. And he worshipped Bhagavan Shiva. And he gained ocean of milk. Long story short. I don't know if it's this birth. Don't hold me faith to this birth. But you continue in that path. This birth or the next birth, you will get what you deserve, my dear friends. What else can you get? What not deserve? Only what you deserve. And so, Shri Krishna says, I listened to instruction from that noble Upamanyu. And he propitiated Shiva. And he told me to worship Shiva. And for 7 months, Shri Krishna Bhagavan is saying, Shri Krishna, and then some people say Shiva is demigod. Have you heard? Them demigods. Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan is saying, I worship him for 7 months in the excellent mountainous view of Bhatuka. My dear friends in Dwarkapur, back in those days. And I was pleased. Thus Shiva Bhagavan pleased with me. You see, when Krishna Barna's baby, Shiva could not hold back himself. When Krishna was Balak, Shiva could not, he disguised himself like any root, any form you think. As a girl, as a anything. just to go, because when he went in his original Rupam, and Yashoda Maya say, you go Gyam Najar. Come the little baby, you wanna watch? He gonna scared. If you chew a snake on somebody, then get up and run away. What does Mahadev have? You know? Matted hair, beard. Bhagavan Shivatri, just to have a glimpse. What God is teaching you and I. We pray, we chant, we preach. And then soon as they hear a bad news about somebody, karma is karma. We said. You're glad, you're happy. But my dear friends, Shiva was adored by Bhagavan Shri Krishna. And Bhagavan Krishna says, all my desires were fulfilled. The one who can bestow, my dear friends, worldly pleasure and salvation. As I say, as we were told time and time again, we kill two birds with one stone. I mean literally kill, but you know what I mean. You take the opportunity to win-win and just do effortless, a one-time effort. This was the point, my dear friends. But what do you have to do? You have to be a devotee and you have to prepare. Ramaya namami, Ramaya namami. Kabir Das ji tell us. Ramaya namami, Ramaya namami. O Ram Raja, Ram Raja,
Ram Raja, Ram.
Bolo
Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja.
Jala joy pyara machari lob putra, Mata pyara balaka, Bhakta priya Rama. O Ram
Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram
Bolo
Raja.
bolo
Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja.
Sisha atara bhai dhare, tapar rati pava. O bolo Ram
Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja.
O bolo Ram
Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja.
दास कबीर यो पाए, ऐसा हो या तो आवे। बोलो
Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram
Everybody.
Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja.
Do Ram
Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja. Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja. Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja. Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja.
Kabir Das he says, just if you want to gain material pleasure, Krishna says, you want material pleasure and you want salvation, worship Mahadev. Kabir Das, one of the philosophers and poet of the world, says, how can you make this happen? Because little by little we have to prepare, no? This is why we are dealing with Shiv Mahapuran in this week. For if you, just in case you think you have a month more for Mahashivratri, no, you only have a week away. Just as fish loves water, just as a miser loves his paisa, my dear friends, lobi pyara dharm, jala jo pyara machli. If you take a fish out of the fish tank, you see how the fish starts to chatpatai, flatter. My friends, the same way how the fish loves water, The same way how a miser loves his paisa. The same way how a mother loves a child. You not tell she child bad, you look for trouble. Bhakta pyara Ram. So too must you love Shri Ram. My friends, if you do this, Sesh avatar bhai dhare. It says, ta pyar rake pa. Das kavira yo kaha. Aisa ho ya na ava. Kabir Das ji is telling us, oh man, if you wish to come on the path of devotion, have that bhakti, the unflinching love, you have to prepare. You have to prepare. It does not happen like coincidence. Bhagavan says, think of me when you're about to dead. Shri Krishna says, and you will come to me. That easy, I'll do that. Do it where? If you haven't prepared all life, you would not. My dear friends, he's saying you have to prepare. You have to prepare. Here Shri Krishna told them of the glories of worshipping. Vyasji came. Vyasji approached them. My dear friends, Vyasji approached them. As Vyasji approached them, they saw beautiful Trikun. Vyasa is no other than Sriman Narayana. Vyasji also give them instruction. Time is running from us. Vyasji come to the rescue of the Pandavas and he give them that Om Namah Shivaya. He give them that 5-syllable mantras also to chant. That is why I say time and time again, do not think about sophisticated mantra. Simple. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah. And he said to them, be fully engrossed in this. And my friends, as you are chanting Namah Shivaya on Shivratri night, jape, take a paper and write. Because sometimes although you're japing, your mind is all over the place. But when you write an Om Namah Shivaya, that's Sundar. Om Namah Shivaya. Your mind, your thoughts, everything is engrossed in you. You can't write N and you write P. Thinking something, you write something else. But if you chant and jap Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, it will bring that ease and release that tension and dukkham. As we chant, as we think of that Panch Akshar mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, let us rever our mind. Shiva Shambhu Dina Ke Bandhu. Hey Shiva Shambhu, oh friend of the helpless. Hey Dina Bandhu, support us as our dear daughter. Lead us in this beautiful rendition. Please keep your mind as we prepare and bring to the consciousness Mahadeva.
Shiva Shambho Dino Ke Bandhu. Namo Namah, Namo Namah. Girijapati Ganga Dara Hari Hara. Namo Namah, Namo Namah. Shiva Shambho Dino Ke Bandhu. Namo Namah, Namo Namah. Girijapati Ganga Dari Hara Hara. Namo Namah, Namo Namah. गिरिजापति गंगाधरे हर हर नमो नमः नमो नमः शिव शंभो लोके बंधो नमो नमः नमो नमः गिरिजापति गंगाधर हरे हर नमो नमः नमो नमः शिव शंभो लोके बंधो नमो नमः नमो नमः गिरिजापति गंगाधर हरि हर नमो नमः नमो नमः शिव शंभो लोके बंधो नमो नमः नमो नमः गिरिजापति गंगाधर हरि हर नमो नमः नमो नमः शिव शंभो लोके बंधो नमो नमः नमो नमः गिरिजापति गंगाधर हरि हर नमो नमः नमो नमः नमो नमः
Shiv Shankar Bhagavan ki jai. My dear friends, as we listen and we think of that mantra Om Namah Shivaya, Veda Vyas give this to the Pandavas. And my dear friends, you know, when you are going through a difficulty, especially maybe when someone passes away, even if somebody spends 5 minutes with you, you feel like 5 days they spent with you. If they disengage your mind from that negative, traumatic situation, you feel so happy. As Veda Vyasji approached them, they were so happy. He consoled them because he gave them that firmness. He gave them that faith, that shraddha. And so, my dear friends, the Pandavas started to feel so ease and so comfortable. They say, plenty people say when you go Ban, when you go forest, it's peaceful, it is happiness. But even in the forest, we are facing misery. In the kingdom, you're facing misery. Some people will think, if I am royal this and royal that, I'll be life in London, eh? But they were there and they faced misery. They are now in Ban. They are facing misery. My friends, what does it tell you? This word is just dukkayala. Veda Vyasji said, O Pandavas, O virtuous mind, listen to my words. It has been truly stated what Sri Krishna would have said to you. Not only Sri Krishna, but I I am Vedavyas. He said, I am in service also to Mahadeva. So not only Shri Krishna, but I, who is Vedavyas, Srimanarayan, I am also in service to Mahadeva. My friends, what does this tell you? If at all you have doubt, if at all you have some questions, sort yourself out. Become clear of who is Mahadeva. Become clear of your purpose. Vedavyas, he say, he is Brahman, he is the goal, he is everything. He starts from the beginning and into infinity. What is not Shiva? Vedavyas, he say, this universe is a form of Shiva. Digambaraya, this space is the clothing of Mahadev, my dear Bhakta Jana. The Pandavas worship, they listen to Vedavyasi and they worship Bhagavan Shiva. Arjuna leave, he was sent in Himalayas to worship Bhagavan Shiva. Just to get to the end of the story, as time is running very quickly, he performed tapasya, leaving his other brothers and Draupadi back behind. And my dear friends, he worshipped, Arjuna worshipped, and he was given that boon. He was given that vardhan. My dear Bhakta Jana. What am I saying this? It is just a sandesh, it is just a story. It is just an itihasa to tell you and to give you that faith and to give you that strength that please make some time, as we will colloquially say, please prioritize some time. Please start your fasting. Fasting is preparing this month, this time. Prepare your mind. Start to bring tameness and quietude to the senses. And so when it comes to Shivaratri, you can sit for a little bit and you can chant Om Namah Shivaya. You can meditate upon Him. You can stay up all night and perform Jagarna. You'll be surprised. When you start to stay away, it will, what fasting do? From now, if you start to fast, at least you still have a week to get this container ready. It will rejuvenate you. It will rest your organs. It will purify you. It will detox you. You won't fly off the handle so quickly. Because why? You will be getting rid of all those toxins in the body. And so, my dear friends, when you fast and you prepare and you stay away from tamasic, dharmic food, environment, conversation, and you are preparing to make this container as clean, as pure, as untainted as possible, tell me, why would you not be with Him and among Him for Mahashivratri? And you yourself, I challenge you this, my dear Bhakta Jano, you will be surprised, no matter what age you are, what little sickness you have, you will be surprised of Mahadev grace, how He will allow you, and you will wonder, respectively where you are, go to your temple, enjoy every Pahara Puja. The most important moment of Mahashivratri is the night, my dear friends. Do not sleep. Be engaged with Bhagavan as you chant His name, as you jape His name, as you listen to His story, as you listen to His Ashtakam, as you listen to His Chalisa. Be totally absorbed in Him. Do your best on that night of Mahashivratri. If you do this, my Bhakta Jano, you are bringing yourself closer and closer to Bhagavan Shiva. I hope, as I'm bringing this message, in the same way Arjuna listened, Shri Krishna told, Vedavyasji told, they all meditate upon Shri Ram Krishna Devata is Bhagavan Shiva. So too may you meditate upon Him. May you go untainted, may you prepare, may you have that devotion towards Him. And you also come out of this very successful. May I encourage you, my dear friends, be like Arjuna, the best among the best of warriors. in whatever way, shape, or form you want to be. May you continue to be engaged in the feet of Bhagavan. My dear friends, as we rever this last very rendition to the feet of Bhagavan Shambhu, seeking Bhagavan, Hey Shiva Shankar Rakavala, O Lord, may you protect us, may you aid us, may you help us. And as we listen to this kahani, as we listen to this message, may you allow us, as we make that sankalp, allow us to let this vrat be a successful one in our life, for our children, our family, our loved ones, our spouse. As we conclude this evening Bhakti Satsang, please, our dear son Kevin, lead us in this wonderful rendition at the feet of Bhagavan Shambhu. May his grace be with you.
कर्पूर गौरम करुणावतारम संसार सारम भुजगेन्द्रहारम सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि शिव शंकर रखवाला मेरा शिव शंकर रखवाला मेरा शिव शंकर रखवाला मेरा शिव शंकर रखवाला मंगलकारी नाम है उनका मंगलकारी नाम है उनका शंभु भोला भाला मेरा शंभु भोला भाला मेरा शिव शंकर रखवाला मेरा शिव शंकर रखवाला जिनकी महिमा ऋषि मुनि गाए योगी जिनका ध्यान लगाए जिनकी महिमा ऋषि मुनि गाए योगी जिनका ध्यान लगाए मन उनका मतवाला मेरा मन उनका मतवाला मेरा शिव शंकर रखवाला मेरा शिव शंकर रखवाला जो भी शिव शिव नाम ले आए वो ही मन वांछित फल पाए जो भी शिव शिव नाम ले आवे वो ही मन वांछित फल पावे ऐसा शिव कृपाला मेरा ऐसा शिव कृपाला मेरा शिव शंकर रखवाला मेरा शिव शंकर रखवाला शिव शंकर रखवाला मेरा शिव शंकर रखवाला, मेरा शिव शंकर रखवाला, मेरा शिव शंकर रखवाला, मेरा शिव शंकर रखवाला।
प्रेम सुर शिव शंकर भगवान की जय। The Lord will protect you. The Lord will help you if we continue and have such a faith. Imagine the Pandavas were in Ban. Everything was being taken away from them. But yet for all, they remain, or they return, may I say, to that position or that status. My dear friends, wherever you may be placed now, today, have that such faith in Bhagavan Shiva. Prepare your mind. Let us celebrate Mahashivratri with this zeal and zest. And rest assured, you too will be able to enjoy the beatitude and the blessings as all the bhaktas and devotees and servants who worship Bhagavan Shiva in the past, who are worshipping, and you will never go empty-handed from Mahadev. Bhagavan Kripa, His mercy, His blessing with you. It is my wish that you continue to enjoy His blessing. And without an iota of a doubt, keep focus. Let Him be your goal. Let Him be your purpose. This Shivaratri and even many, many more, and every Pradosh and every Monday in Somar Vratam, in your respective temples where you are, dedicate your mind to Bhagavan Shiva. Dedicate to Him, and rest assured, He will bring us back to Him one day. As we conclude, to all you wonderful viewers who have logged in, to our Gandharvas who have been with us time after time to dedicate their precious asset, their time, their life, to seva, to service to humanity. May they continue, may their parents, may their loved ones continue to enjoy. Nagendraharaya Trilochanaya Bhashmangaragaya Maheshwaraya
Nityaya Shraddhaya Digambaraya Tasmai Nakaraya Namah Shivaya.
Tvameva matascha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva,
Tvameva vidya dravinan tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva,
tvameva sarvam
mama deva deva.
Akanda mandalakaram vyaptam
Yena characharam
tatparam
darshitam yena tasmai shri guruve namah.
tasmai shri
Guruve namah.
Om Purnamadha Purnamidham Purnata Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Hari Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Prem Sor Shiv Shankar Bhagavan ki jai. Continue your purpose in this week. Get prepared. See you whenever Bhagavan Kripa and blessing bring us back together as we continue to rever our mind and thoughts. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.